Good evening, everybody. Sorry for going over the timer for a little bit. It was over a minute and a half late there. Time got away from me. But we're back, and it is. I adjust the. I always have. I need to find a way. I need to find like a longer, more like low profile mic boom arm here, because I always end up fiddling with it. It's never quite right. And given that I have the gain down very low so you don't get any background noise, I basically have to deep throat the damn thing to begin with. I'm trying not to have it in, jammed up my nose, but at the same time, have it close enough that, you don't have to strain to hear me. Oh, but my friends, we're going to be playing some Encased tonight. We're back with some RPG goodness. And, what's we got going on here? Oh yeah, you can see I've installed Deathloop. I've been watching some streamers play some Deathloop, and it looks rather fantastic. I wasn't sure about it. I was kind of like holding off on it because much like with Dying Light 2, that I've been holding off on. I like Dying Light 1, and I like the DLC and all that stuff. I've been holding off on Dying Light 2 because I keep getting this feeling from the trailers that it's not going to be particularly good. Like, I just keep getting that feeling like it's going to be kind of ham-fisted and just like the story's not going to be very compelling for me or whatnot. Because, they up the stakes because it's a sequel, and we can't have you have lesser stakes than the first one around, but we can't rehash the same stakes that we had in the first one. Which I think that's where a lot of series go wrong, and Mass Effect being a good judgment of that, in my opinion. But which is why I'm also hoping like Horizon Forbidden West doesn't stray too far into world destruction things. I mean, the first game was about the world potentially being destroyed again. So it makes sense that the second game would be, kind of along the same lines, but I would kind of want it to sort of stray more towards, the world's not necessarily going to end, but it's also not going to be in a very good spot. But I'm more optimistic about that than Dying Light 2 at the moment. And then Dying Light 2 just got pushed back to February, which is probably a very good thing indeed. And the other one. Oh yeah, and then I've been watching people play Deathloop. And see, Deathloop was another one where I was looking at the trailers, I'm like, this doesn't really look that great from the trailers. Like, the trailers were not that compelling. It was like, how is this going to be like? Because it didn't really give you much of the. it seemed very gimmicky, I guess, from the trailers. And then watching people play it, it looks like a ton of fun. It looks pretty repetitive too. It looks like a ton of fun. So I will probably be. I guess I was thinking of playing it on Saturday. I guess technically it's multiplayer, because you can get invaded by other players, so I guess there's like a technical piece of multiplayer. But I don't have anywhere else on the schedule really to put it, and that's the problem. And I don't know, and I'm reserving whether or not I'll do it on Saturday or not. I might just play Star Trek Online or something, because Star Trek Online's had a couple updates too. So I'm not sure yet. I definitely want to get into the schedule sooner rather than later. And if I hadn't been just like already geared up to start playing the Ascent, I might have tagged it in there. But now I'm thinking I might like slot it in somewhere. You know, it might bump the something else off the on deck circle for a little bit. Just because it looks like it's going to be a ton of fun to play. Because it kind of has a little bit of a reliance on like a multiplayer component. I'm also kind of afraid that like after the first few weeks, everyone's had their fill of it, and then you're not going to see like any of the sort of multiplayer stuff going on. I mean, you probably will, because it's like more like a Dark Souls jump in, jump out kind of thing. But I don't know that it's going to have the legs, say, that Dark Souls have had, the longevity that's had, you know what I mean? Where you can still get like a multiplayer match going all these many years later, that kind of thing. But anyway, let's not ramble too much here. Because we got a lot to do in Encased RPG, and we're gonna want to get get some progress done here. I don't know, you know, I didn't look to see. You know what? Let's look now while I've got this open, because I am curious. How long to beat? How long to beat Encased? I'm just curious. No one has submitted their times yet. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. There's 3 people playing. So, and 3% of those 3 people have already retired from it. Yikes. Okay. So, we have 3%. Or maybe the 3% takes into account the backlogs, because if you only have 3 people playing, then you couldn't have 3%. You can only have 33%, right? So it must take into account the backlogs too, I guess. That's the only way you could have 3% of that, right? You can't have less than 1 person. I mean, I guess supposedly, I guess you could, but it would be kind of messy if you did have less than 1 person. Yeah, interesting. So okay, so I don't know how long it's gonna take. I think it was something like, they had said it would be something like 40 hours. Devs did, but I don't know if that's like, you know, 40 hours of not really exploring too much of the world, or if it's, you know, and I tend to take longer to do things anyway than most people, so I don't know what that translates to me in. But anyway, let's get game audio up here. Make sure there's not a delay. It sounds like there's not too much of a delay. There's always a little bit of a delay for me, but it doesn't sound like it's that bad. Like there's like less than half a second delay for me. You guys, hopefully there's not much of any. And it's weird because the delay is coming via the hardware, so I can't like I've got everything set to 0 milliseconds as far as delay is concerned, but like trying to compensate for the hardware delay is the difficult part. And I've never quite succeeded at that. So there's always like a little bit of delay. I see it in all my uploads and stuff to YouTube and whatnot, that it's like always this like tiny bit of delay there, and kind of annoying, but there's, you know, not much you can do, not much I've been able to do about it thus far. Alright, so yeah, so we're in, yep, that is, okay. So that's right, we're in the, we're in Nashville here. I remember where we're at. Weapons, sensors, and causes late. Okay. Okay. Getting the lay of the land again. What's our? Do I have my journal here? Right. Okay. So it's basically just explore this place. I haven't explored everything yet. Also, there's a magazine here that I didn't see earlier. Oh yeah. What, no. Oh. Here. Flower pot. Was there anything in here? Dirt, right? Yeah, dirt. Remember to hit Alt here so I can see what I'm doing from time to time. All right, let's get a recording started and let's get this show on the road, my friends. Oh, you know what? I am blocking that thing. Hang on before I do. I am blocking the UI and I forgot to move my camera. I'm going to actually do something weird and wacky because I'm tired of moving my camera all the time. And I'm going to try to not be on the bottom of the screen. I'm going to be right there. I mean, I could put myself in the center too, I guess. Like right around there, maybe. I guess that's about middle, roughly. Hopefully I don't block anything too interesting. And then I can move the time below me. Because I don't think there's too many games that put stuff like right over here. So, and I've noticed other streamers putting their stuff kind of in this area because most games don't have something there. So I'm gonna go with that. That's my justification because I usually they'll put things on. I just realized I can't see my cursor, but usually they'll put things like most games keep this area empty. As far as I know, but a lot of games will put stuff on the right hand side here like objectives and things. So if anything shows up on the left, it's usually like, oh, things you've collected, which is not too big a deal if you don't see those. I think that will do a little bit better. I think that'll do. Okay. Now we'll get a recording started. Exclamation, everybody, and welcome back to some more Encased. And we're right where we left off here at the Nashville. We were looking around. We needed to take a rest because we had some fatigue, so we came up to the first floor again just to do some rest. I noticed a magazine here. On the floor, shoved almost entirely under a sofa, lies a porn magazine. A gorgeous blonde winks invitingly at you from the cover. Except there's something wrong with the picture. Bend over and take a closer look at the cover. The glossy picture is covered in small but recognizable symbols. Back in the day, these symbols shook the world. Glyphs of the forefathers in pornography. The ultimate combo. Flip through the magazine. You flip through the magazine. Someone's covered the pages in line after line of forefather glyphs. The ink has made the paper soft and rough. The details of the naked bodies are barely distinguishable through hundreds of symbols. Examine the inside cover. First and last pages list things like table of contents, publishing information, distribution numbers, contacts, ad agencies, and more pictures of knockout women, of course. You can't make out any of that. Every square inch is filled with forefather glyphs. Occasionally they even overlap. Pick up the centerfold. Centerfold is a... Wow. Okay. It's as if the forefather glyphs try to follow the shapes of the naked bodies here, curving into spirals, bending into waves, and shooting out in straight lines. I'm trying not to get canceled on YouTube, so I'm gonna try not to say something. Take a closer look at the spine. A dense line of glyphs runs along the spine. Something about them seems familiar. Taking a closer look, you realize some of the writing resembles the Latin alphabet. Suddenly, something legible emerges from the foreign characters. Help, help, help. Drop the magazine and move on. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, let's go and I guess we'll head back down to where we were. Have I gotten all up in here? I think I've gone all up in here. Yeah, so I don't think I was done with the go back down to the residential area. I don't think I was done fully with the residential area. I was just like my character was just exhausted. You know? Alright. Been down in there. And quarter room for empty. Piece set. Standers gear. Been everywhere down here? Been up. This one area is where I haven't been. Alright, let's see if we can get over to the... get over to the ventilation duct. Okay. And we're good now. Oops. Out of combat. Right block. Oh, you can't sit down while your server shell equipped. No. Gives a pep talk, distracting looks, moderate psychic irradiation. Okay. Save. Plastics. So you can take all that. All that's probably good. A man is standing beside the open refrigerator, lost in thought. He's holding the door and mumbling to himself. His eyes are glued to the shelves, unblinking. Examine. This is a ruddy, robust blonde man whose badge says Jan Kovacs, mechanic. If he wasn't ignoring you so persistently, you'd say he was doing just fine. Look at the refrigerator. Shelves are empty. There's nothing there. Not even some expired canned stuff. Whatever the man sees exists only in the land of imagination. Except there's a key card on the bottom shelf. Need a key card? So a key card that grants access to restricted areas. It might come in handy. The fridge's owner completely ignores you, like before. Alright. We're not going to get much from him. So, let him ignore us. Here's another person. I don't think I've been in this room either. Can I sneak with this? With this armor on? I doubt I can. I don't know. Where's the Pocketing, constitution, so Nikak. That can do it. Like, it wouldn't make any sense to be able to do that. Go. Another save. Screen shows nothing but static. There's a briefcase here. Money and some glue and other things, alright. Locker. What Elizabeth has to say for herself? Probably nothing. An angry woman is standing in the middle of the room, flapping her arms and speaking to someone in a loud voice. That someone only exists in her imagination, though. You're the only other person in the room. Examiner. Short, pale, lively-looking woman with short hair dyed bright red. Her name tag says Elizabeth Nasady. Internal security. The black wing uniform confirms it. Search her locker then. Nothing in there. Alright. I think we've been through these other two rooms. So it's a matter now of getting back down to that other level. In this room, actually, I don't think I've been in this room either because all the other doors are open. So I'm guessing I didn't actually try this door yet. Locker in here. Money in the flower pot. So it was worth it to check. Nothing in the locker though. More money in the flower pot. Huh. Alright. Oh, it actually can hit me from there. I didn't think it could hit me from there. Good. 19 damage. Jeez Louise. Okay, let's try and heal up a little bit. I thought I was out of range. Alright, officers. Level 3 with us. As you reach the office level, you hear a quiet crackle. Your Keras is registering an increased level of anomalous radiation. According to the readings, it initially appeared on the first level. The complex has been increasing since then. You hear a chewing sound from somewhere close by. You look up from the handheld display to see a man standing in the corridor. His face is covered with blood, and his eyes are glowing like headlights. He howls menacingly as he looks in your direction.
The scanner doesn't register this emanation, but receives concurrent radiation. Does this mean that all radioactive zones have
I'm gonna come up here and say hello then, huh? Ventilation hatch. Cannot use while server shell is equipped. Okay, well, he's engaged me, so... Well, he's down for counts. Carpentry hammer. I think we can. I'll take that and just pull it apart. So we got Techno Woman, comic book issue, grease, spare parts, and duct tape. All right, and then go. Can I not? I can't scrap apart. I guess it's a hammer, so I guess you couldn't scrap it then, huh? All right, well we'll drop that then. I don't need it. Yeah, okay. Okay then. I'm gonna be checking every flower pot now for money. We got a lot of people in the dining hall here. I'm guessing they're not going to be too happy to see me. I'm assuming because this guy attacked me right on site that these guys are not going to be too thrilled to have me around either. From one door. Search the big box. We got here weapon parts. Cleaning rod for cleaning gun barrel. I'm gonna just take the weapon parts, I think. Lock? Okay. Pick said lock. Science magazine issue. Science plus 20 temporarily. Okay. And Mr. Harvey gun cleaning kit. Yep, take both of those. They were slightly encumbered, but that's fine. That is fine. Fact that can't use these ventilation hatches while I have the service shell on. I know as soon as I get out of it, it's going to be super encumbered. Animals over here, though. And I can. In here at least. Use the terminal. Nope. Yeah, hack it. Our interfaces read. Neuro interfaces. Thanks to our latest research, we're now one step closer to technical implementation of a human-machine neuro interface. New tech offers a wide array of opportunities in several branches of engineering. First and foremost, it lets us create giant humanoid robots. Great. Great. Psionics. The nature of the so-called psionic effect exhibited by a subset of relics remains obscure. For all we know, the hypothetical particle dubbed psion in our laboratory might be completely unrelated to the 4 known types of physical interaction. Okay. Everything must be hacked. Bionics, a critique. The theory that relics influence the psyche in a physical way is questionable. We're likely dealing with self-suggestion, wishful thinking, and even mass hysteria in some cases. Entities must not be multiplied beyond necessity. Off and Owl soda.
The scanner doesn't register this emanation, but
I guess I need a workbench in order to craft, so I guess I can't do that right now. Let's do a save here. And these people might be unhappy to see me.
Oh, good day.
Or not. Door opens quietly, almost inaudibly. A dim room saturated with pale lamplight, you see a woman. Sitting on a bench, head in her hands, indistinct words blurring into sobs reach your ears. You listen carefully. The woman is singing. Your bright and tiny spark lights the traveler in the dark. Her voice is shaky, and she won't lift her head. Knock gently on the wall so as not to startle her. The woman stops singing and slowly lifts her head. She flinches a little when she sees you. Raising her careless flashlight, she examines you anxiously. Her silvery uniform is covered with a spray of mud and blood. Her badge is torn off, and in its place a bloody handprint has been swiped across her whole jacket. The silver lowers her communicator and turns the flashlight off while keeping an eye on you. You aren't mad. You aren't from here. I guess introduce yourself and ask what her name is? The woman fiddles with her hair, trying to smooth it back from her face. Decker Schultz, Louise Decker Schultz, Silver Wing, Magellan Base. Silver awkwardly rises to her feet. I reckon you're from the rescue team. Well, as the expedition leader, I'll bring you up to date. The mission has failed. Our technician is dead, our guard disappeared, the orange ran off, and the white is slowly going mad. That's my short report on the mission results. If you need more information, feel free to ask. Ask for an account of the situation from the start. She wraps her arms around her slender shoulders. You really want to hear what it was like? We arrived before the storm, 9:20 a.m. I believe it was. The connection was already lost by then, and there was something wrong with the people. No, not something. Everything about them was wrong. Schultz looks up at the ceiling as she tries to remember. Seymour Hobbs, head of security, he greeted us. He reported that communications with Magellan were down and needed to be restored from the command center on the 3rd floor. He gave no details, just said there was a problem. Silver blinks rapidly. Hobbs took us to the 3rd floor, then went back upstairs. Maria went to the command center. And these people, they just rushed at us. They devoured Maria. Bob shot several of them and locked the rest in the hallway. They're very weird. They don't seem to feel pain at all. Excuse me. Louise Decker Schultz lowers her eyes. What else is there to say? Now I'm here. Ginsburg yelled at me and ran away. Bob went for help. Said that until they arrived, we had to talk to Hobbs, activate isolation mode, and seal the bunker. He still hasn't returned. And Ron, something's going on with him. Didn't I mention that yet? Did I? Oh, I keep forgetting things. Learn more about the group member's fate. Ask how a technician died. Silver's lips tremble. She barely manages to compose herself. I report Maria Warner. They ate her. She forces the words out and begins sobbing. Find out how the black went missing. Decker was already thoroughly dejected, but now her face grows even darker. It was me who gave the order. Send him to find help. Louise motions at the walkie-talkie on the bench. He was still able to contact us when he reached the surface. Then it was too noisy. The connection was lost. He never replied after that. Her lips begin to tremble treacherously. Find out more about the scientist who's going mad. Schultz glances around at the closed door. It started as soon as we got here. He saw these people and started laughing. He kept laughing and saying, Swarovski was right. He'd approach them and touch them. I realized he was off his rocker right away, she says in a low voice. Silver shudders in fear and glances again at the door at the end of the room. I locked him in that hall. Figured it'd be safer this way. Ask if I can talk to him. A glint of concern appears in Decker Schultz's eyes. Talk? Okay. He's over there behind that door. You can talk to him when we're done. Okay. Ask about this Swarovski the scientist was talking about. Louise seems confused, even irritated. Does it matter all that much right now? Look what's going on here. Does it really matter what a madman was thinking? Okay. Learn enough. Dabs at her eyes with a handkerchief. I'm not a scientist or a doctor. I don't know what's going on here, but I do know that, according to protocol, we have to contact our superiors at Magellan first. Chance we get further instruction. Ask her how you can contact Magellan. Sits back down, hands clutched to her temples. When they ate Maria, we locked the door to the command center. Take the key. Restoring the connection is the top priority now. Excuse me, I feel weird. I think I have a fever, and my head is just throbbing. Louise leans back and fans herself, exhausted.
Bye-bye.
Okay. There walkie-talkie here? No. Alright. Well, let's open this door and see what this guy's all on about. Door's Selectron port was clumsily broken at some point. You can hear a quiet drone from behind the door. A small silver plate reading computer room points at the source. Put your ear against the door and listen. You listen closely and pick up on a calm voice, barely audible above the humming of the mainframe. You can hear a keyboard clicking. The voice is pensive. Dependence is linear, that much is clear. The differing reactions of different organisms can be attributed to psychological factors, obviously not weight, and apparently not age or gender. We use this formula to calculate. Another click follows. After that, the voice is silent for a long while. The man behind the door sighs with disappointment. No, maths won't work here. Knock on the door? You can hear footsteps in the room, quiet but heavy. The man locked inside approaches the door. Is that you, Louise? Open the door already. Enough of this idiocy. For once, try being professional. Introduce yourself. Silence hangs in the computer room for a few moments. I'm glad to hear you aren't Louise. As you can see, she and I aren't quite hitting it off. The door slides open an inch. The dark computer room beyond, a pair of spectacles reflects the light. Ronald Steele, White Wing, a member of the expedition crew, apparently a former member. My colleague decided I was dangerous and locked me in here. Scientists regard you through the gap between the doors for some time. Look, I don't have time to prove I'm normal. Just open the door. We don't have much time. Tell me you'll do your best to open the door and leave.
Come back again.
Okay. I can't pick the lock.
What possessed her to lock me? Hi there.
Alright. The person who emerges from the dark computer room looks nothing like a scientist. His broad shoulders and military bearing resemble those of an elite forces officer. Only the silver badge that says Ronald Steele, physicist, and a lab uniform suggests he works for White Wing. Steele shakes your hand. It's nice to see living people for a change. Even you, Louise. Decker Schultz is watching him intently. She snorts a laugh. You think you look normal? You were laughing and chanting, Swarovski was right, Swarovski is right. It's because Swarovski was right. Everything he said was right. The halo eye effect isn't an autonomous phenomenon. It's a link in a chain of symptoms. If anyone but his colleagues listened to Gabriel, none of this would have happened. Ronald spreads his arms in agitation. His angry outburst ends as quickly as it started. Anyway, let's decide what we're going to do. We're sitting on a proverbial ticking time bomb. What Louise has to say. Dr. Schultz shrugs her shoulders feebly. We should reestablish a connection and wait? Silver turns to face you, disappointment apparent in her eyes. I thought Magellan would send real help. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult you, but the only thing we could do. We can't afford to wait, Louise. Disgruntled Ronald interrupts. White looks from Louise to you. Let's stick to the protocol. First of all, you must contact Magellan, then the main phase of the operation can begin. He takes a twice-folded piece of paper out of his pocket. I did the calculations. It turns out that the base is in a kind of bubble. The strength of the radiation inside the bubble is uneven, and the nature of the wave propagation suggests that the source is down there in the excavation zone. Steele nods at the door to the computer room. When I was done with my calculations, I found some notes regarding relic excavation. Apparently they did find something. Not quite ordinary. I just put two and two together and came to a conclusion. That finding caused all of this. Ask if it's dangerous to approach the radiation source directly. Staying here is just as dangerous as touching that thing with your hands. The light calms down. How do we contact Magellan Station? Ronald wrinkles his brow as if trying to remember something. All the complexes are built alike and the security measures are similar. Take the left corridor, find the main computer, disable the final protocol, and re-establish a connection. There must be a conference hall nearby with large screens in it. It's actually meant for communication between bases. You can contact Magellan from there. Any questions? The white glasses flash. Tell him it's settled. We need to go down and find the radiation source. Ronald turns to Silver. Good. Let's go. Quick. Louise, are you ready? I can see you're not feeling well, but you need to pull yourself together. Louise? Rose. Becker Schultz says in a resounding voice. Ask her what she means. The Silver lifts her head. Rings of white light are beginning to flicker in her eyes. You see how many of them flocked to Nashville? Some even managed to make it down here. You and Steele exchange looks. A grimace of frustration spreads over the white's face. Shit, let's hurry it up. The relic is down there somewhere. It's starting to turn. Okay. Is there nothing else in here? Public terminal in here. I assume it doesn't have much. Bulletin board. Yeah, okay, I've already read all those. Also, I better reload. Good idea. More to administration. What do we have in here? We have a couple people in here. We'll be talking to one another. And in the cabinet. Money. And 1 experience. Use the terminal. Furnace logo is flashing on a public terminal near the transit zone. Right below it, the cursor is blinking. Enter shipment. Screen goes dark for a moment, then the terminal emits a high-pitched beep. Line after line of delivery data fill the display. December 1st, 1976, received cases for small relics, 20 pieces. Wayward, cigarettes in carton. 1 box. December 3rd, 1976, sent small and medium-sized relics in case 15 pieces. Dead high-capacity batteries, 50 pieces. September 7th, received firearms ammo, various kinds, 5 boxes. September 8th, sent archaeotechnical device elements, Mobius type, small container, 1 piece. September 13th, received Black Wing cargo, classified, medium-sized container with independent power supply, 1 piece. Okay. So, here. These guys have a thing on them, so I'm guessing they're not going to be too happy, too thrilled to see me. Yep. Wow. Okay. That was a jump. So what do we have here? And bolt throwing. Forced. Robot maintenance. My other weapon. I want to swap them, but I'm not sure if I should or not. Bionic damage. I don't know if these guys are gonna. I think they're gonna respond to side damage, but I guess we'll find out. Distracted. Mechanical resistance. Light encumbrance. Strong psychic irradiation. Okay. Radiation, I mean. Won't hurt to get some rest. Lies on guts. Guess he inflicted distracted on me. Alright, so let's go weapon range 17 to 22. How many hit points does this guy have? 77. Right, bend. Getting some significant fatigue now. That's not good. Damn. Him on fire. And electric shock for 3 rounds. No, that too. Bend. Okay. Taking a beating here. Not enough ammo. Whoop. Reload. Go. Guy got on him. Instant coffee and some bandages. I'll take those. And then you've got This is Today magazine issue. Influence plus 20 temporarily. Cigarettes, perception, and charisma. And soda. Soda and the magazine. We'll leave the cigarette. What we got here? Toolbox? Take those, but I can pull this apart, right? Put that. And like 3 wrenches, which is probably 3 more than I need, to be honest. I guess I could have used the flamethrower too, I suppose, but relic case, got another relic here and relic dust. Those, is that same relic? Is that identified? Like it. Maybe? Yeah, it's the same as that one. What about the relic dust? Can I guess I can't do anything. But maybe I could scan that. Not the case. Alright, so do I have anything that will give me, like, first of all, let's use barrel bandage. Use turns. And then what I'm wondering here, minus 100. What's our hunger and our thirst are still low. Fatigue is high. I'm hoping for, so we got some coffee, which gets us fired up. soda. It also gives us fired up. But what I'm looking to see is if I have something that will... Like, you would think the coffee would take some fatigue away. You know, because of the caffeine, or even, you know, the soda because of the caffeine in it. But look like it. Arid 3 belt item. Radio protector, energy resistance, biochemical resistance. Matches, plastic, crystal. Patient kit. I don't think I've scanned that relic. I think I can scan it, actually. Not sure. I don't think I have anything that would help with that. Eating a raw onion will give you heartburn for 600 turns. Yeah. Apparently so it will a potato. That's new to me. News to me. We do have some packaged water though. Ooh. Thing. Any food. Heartburn. Novoa beef noodle. Yeah. Fortunately, we're encumbered though. It's going to be a problem because it's going to take away from my action point. Am I healing at all? I barely healed anything there. Minus 20 to initiative. Oh, it's actually hurting my initiative. Action point. Still. Tool required. Okay, I don't have a lockpick on me. Ring vending machine there. I think we're gonna need is a place to sleep, but we're gonna have to make the place safe here. Got this room up here with all these guys in it. Anything in here that's actually worth? I mean, there's fridges there. May not have anything in them. Like, it feels like there's no point in me even coming in here. It doesn't look like there's much to do there, other than, you know, obviously getting XP for taking on these people. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know if they're... I assume they are not going to be happy about me being here. Let's see. Oh yeah, they're definitely not. $38, $39, $7. Alright, let's just take them on just for the sake of doing it. Calling for help. Okay.
Someone touched us. Covered our places with their scent.
It's getting up in my face here. Gotta take this person out. Most definitely. What do you got? 39 hit points. me out. Well, that's not good. Okay, well, it's a good thing I saved before I went in there. Jeez Louise. I know that guy was just going to knock me out. Straight up. Yeah, there's like 4 of them here. I only had something that would... Like, I have a grenade or something, don't I can throw a wrench on them. See, the problem is, most of the problem there was that I didn't get my initiative is so low that I didn't get to go to start. They all got to do their turns ahead of me. So we're at too much of a disadvantage right now. Here's the rest. Well, let's go down here and see if there's anything. Got some more right here in our path. It's gonna be fun. Off the sector. A lot of them.
Someone from the outside did it. Some outsider.
Yeah.
Someone touched us. Covered our place with their scent.
Okay, I don't have anything. I have anything to throw there. Like, this would be a great place to just toss a grenade or something. Okay. I'm pretty sure I don't. I mean, I could use. I guess the flamethrower would be good. I imagine it would hit multiple targets. Okay, let's try something here. Let me equip the flamethrower and see if it works for these groups of enemies. Here we go. Go in here and let me upgrade this right now. And let's upgrade it, I guess. I gotta upgrade my regular gun too, couldn't I? Parts, equipment. Let's try upgrading this first. Then we'll see. Because I can always reload if this gun doesn't do what I need it to do. That's the primary, and I'll equip this to my secondary. I don't think the psi stuff is going to work well for me. I mean, it might, but we'll see. Okay. Go and unlock the door.
There are traces and fractals.
Okay.
traces
So,
of
can I... Ray. Napalm. 3.5 is the expected radius. What's this one? 3.5 for that and 5.5. They're not in range of this for this one. Not really in range of that either, are they? Of course, I could move in there. Here. Not really in range of anything. What is that? I think they would still. I think they would be in range of this. It's 2.5. It's like they're just barely out range. Oh, here we go. Yes. Pause that. Okay. Can I save in combat? Yeah, that's. So I want to try some. I want to see if I can. I want to try different weapons here and see how they work. Let's try napalm right there. Oh, it didn't affect anybody else. Okay, so it said it would affect in a range, but it doesn't look like it. Like it did much as far as affecting a range. So then, spray. And then there's napalm here.
Someone from the outside did it. Some outsider.
They're hurting quite a bit. What is my... Can I just bandage myself up for... And med kit 4. Yeah. Not enough ammo. Crap. A reload for that one. Let's go. Let's swap the other. And do energy shot. Yeah.
someone from the outside did it. Some outsider.
That's gonna take up all the AP I have. Okay. How many hit points do you have? I can only get one shot off, right? So 17 to 22. I can potentially kill you. So let's do that. And defend. Alright, let's have another Oh, this removes fatigue. Okay, Energon. I was wondering what. I thought there was something I had that did that. Bleeding. Don't think I have another health thing though. I mean, I have a bandage. I'm gonna take 4 AP. What about this is a losing proposition here. Very much so. That's 4. I mean, the best I can do is this guy some more and then defend myself.
Someone touched us. Covered our place with their scent.
And yeah, this does not go well. I shoot him once more, but it's not going to do much. I left 20 now. It seems like because he's got some armor, got 10% armor. That's why it's not going to outright kill him. Let's defend. Yep. I figured that wasn't going to work. Okay. So, the flamethrower really didn't help much at all. Kind of figured. So let's load back here. Kind of figured that wasn't going to work out too well. I'm glad that they actually let me save during combat. A lot of games don't let you save during combat, which is annoying because you can't really test out some theories and stuff. A little bit harder to test out theories, but being able to save during combat means I can kind of like test things on a per turn basis, which is rather nice. So go here and let's upgrade my gun. To level 3. And see if that makes a difference. I have a feeling I'm going to need to get through these people. One way or the other. Also, I should probably remove some of that fatigue before I start the battle. Now that I know that Energon is there.
Someone from the outside did it. Some
Yeah, wrestling snake. 22, 26. 15, 13 to 15. 90% plus 2% times perception. Down. Good. So you.
Someone from the outside did it. Some outsider.
Oof. Got a crit on me. Ammo. This
traces and fractals. Traces
bend
and
myself.
fractals. Someone from the outside did it. Some outsider.
Well, alright then. all that thought I put into that. I really all I just needed to do was upgrade my weapon and just blast away. What do we have here? Lucky Cookie. Hunger minus 100. Lucky Cookie for 4,800 turns. Okay. Ace Griffin Hardboiled Thriller Paperback. Criminal plus 20. Okay. Damn the Salmon Fish Snacks. Very salty food for 150 turns. Flatulence for 600 turns. Healing. Thirst goes up, but hunger goes down. Okay. Let's, I don't know. Should I eat the Lucky Cookie now? 4,800 turns. Maybe I should hold on to the Lucky Cookie. Add to let's take our Energon thing here. Well, first of all, let's heal ourselves and then have something here, right? Yeah. Fatigue minus 300. What's our fatigue right now? Yeah, we definitely need that. Let me heal first. Green fatigue. Oh man, we're on the ground. We're on the ground. 1109. Okay. Boom. Oh, and gotta worry about overdosing. Oof. Intense fatigue. Okay, let's. Is there a place to sleep around here? Doesn't look like there is. I might have to go back up to the top floor and sleep. I think that's a good idea. I don't see anything around here. Level 1. Very good. And we can go back down in here and sleep. There was, actually, you know, we could have gone to level 2, I think, because I cleared it out. Is there a, let's go level 2 because we can cook some food, too. I don't know if the turret, I don't know if it'll let me sleep because of the turret. But, and technically there are still people around, but you see what it says here. Okay, so we'll let me rest. Good. Go to the kitchen stove and how's my food? 71 thirst. Might as well take care of those. Well, you know what? Let's take care of the fatigue first, and then we'll see what our. Can't rest when danger's nearby. Really? Because of that turret? Fine, we can come down here to cook something if we need food. That's all there is to it. We'll step up on the first floor because we know it lets us do that. I haven't found a way to like turn those turrets up. Weird. I would think I would have found something by now. So, clearly we're hungry. Mild hunger. What's our... We're not tired anymore? E0, thirst and hunger. Okay. So we'll go down to kitchen area. Look up something and drink some of the water that we have. Pick up the canned ham. No. And where is the... Yeah, I heard it. Do that. And where's our water at? Here. Do that. There we go. Alright. So be good there. Our encumbrance is back down. Because apparently that can of food was and that bag of water were really heavy. So that's good. Down here we go. I wonder if these guys, I assume they don't respawn. That wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. It did. Occupational center down there. Room 2. Purchase the locker. Open power cell. And equipment. Good. And a locker over here. It looks like it's locked. Oh. Insufficient ability store. Okay. Need a lockpick for that. Searcher? I did not. Fixer. Gel containing smart nanoparticles is something like liquid duct tape. Penetrate structural damage and restore the integrity of complex machines such as robots and turrets. Airgun powerlet. Electrical equipment. So I don't know if I need... I'll take the airgun stuff, I guess. Take that. Take the pipe wrench because I can tear it apart, but we'll leave the hammer. So let's go. Grip that. Key for that. Business today. Influence plus 20 and Energon. Okay. And you have a gun. Power cell. Those. I'll grab the gun because we can strip it. That down. Does that mean I can upgrade this one? Do I have... No, I need another tech weapons manual. Okay. I got all the other stuff. Cool. Anything on this terminal that I care about? Bulletin board. Okay. Kind of what I figured. Anna Montgomery. Did I not take everything? Oh. I didn't. I walked right over her body. Didn't even search her. Agilon capsules. Steroid drug with mixed effects promotes increase of blood flow to muscles and brain for a short period of time. Do not use during the recovery period. Okay. Airplane. Leave the cigarettes there. Anything in the flower pots? We gotta check. Some money. See, there was some money in the flower pot. I wasn't weird for checking it. Okay. And going on over here, we got a large container. Control terminal. I wonder if that will let me turn off the turret. Equipment, high capacity power cell. Okay. Take all that. See what we can do with the control terminal now. Alma's red lines are flashing on the screen. Main menu, emergency protocol, isolation mode. Attention, turrets are active. The doors are locked. Connection with Concord Station is disabled. Please select an option from the following menu. Unlock, cancel emergency protocol, uplink, reestablish communication with Concord Station, log out. Unlock. And uplink. And log out. Anything I also have to do here now that I've blinked? Nope, everything's running normally. I just gotta go back and tell them that everything's running normally. Oh, we got a power suit dude up here. That's gonna be a thing. Military grade med kit. Well. Charles Yote. Save is what we will do. Yep, immediately. Immediately grabs our. Oh, I forgot to reload. Hold on a second. Always do that. Without fail. Always forget to reload after a combat. This is not the only game that I've had that problem with. But now. Oh. Right, then. Open a door just as he's walking through here. It only trigger him. Maybe. Yeah, we've only triggered him. This person is not there yet. That's good. Probably. Lightly armored, quite steadfast, slow. Attracting a look. So we're just gonna do a plain old energy shot, huh? 77 hit points. Crit! Oh, we rolled a crit. Bam! Oh, another guy just. Oh, they're coming out of these pods.
There are traces and fractals.
Oh,
Traces
oh.
and fractals.
What the? What in the hell? Oh, you alerted that other person. Tranquilized. Oh no. Not do that. Load. And defend. Psychedelic. No chemical damage. Okay. I see what you're doing.
Ow.
I will not stand for it.
Ow. Ha, ah.
Okay. I will take those, but not the cigarettes. In fact, let's use one of those bandages. Although, I'm not bleeding. Does that actually help? Or is it just really just stop bleeding? Maybe that's just stop bleeding. I can just use first aid, I guess. That'll work just as well. Let's reload while I'm thinking about it. Which this guy? Okay, had that. Search you, armored dude. I cast power cell. How about you? Mercury. Oh, can be used in the production of complex devices and ammunition. Oh, okay. Now we're encumbered. Military grade med kit. Take all that. Video phone. The mainframe. Save. Journal doesn't contain any useful data. Really?
The white noise on the screen is replaced with pulsating blackness and a remote echoing beep. Connection established. In a few seconds, Kingsley's face appears on the screen. The Silver adjusts his glasses.
Come in. C-12 Nashville. Kingsley speak. Oh, that's you. Good to see you.
Kingsley clicks his retractable pen and shifts closer to the camera.
Report.
Let's say report to Nashville is in the middle of an anomalous zone and a strange maelstrom is raging above the base.
Kingsley seems to perk up a little when he hears of the maelstrom.
Did you examine it? Was it moving? Actually, never mind. Anything else?
Dead bodies at the entryway and people gone mad.
The chief officer listens to the casualty report without interrupting. He's visibly shaken. Once you finish speaking, Kingsley gets lost in thought, biting the end of his pen.
If there's anything else I need to know, you may add it to your report.
He finally starts speaking, his voice soft and emotionless.
Situation isn't clear yet, but something gravely serious must have happened.
You describe recent events. Martin convulsively jots everything down in his notepad. The Silver wipes his forehead with a silk handkerchief, fidgeting.
Good grief. Is there anything else?
Parking lot turrets were switched to aggressive mode, but I've solved that.
The Silver jots something down on a sheet of paper.
So they're no longer a danger for the rescue group. Very good.
And nothing more to add.
Director Kingsley flips a page in his notepad, nervously tapping his pen on the desk.
Duly noted. Well then, the news is unsettling. But what about the crew? Have you found them? If it's not an issue, could you update me on each member of your group?
So Maria Warner's dead.
Kingsley presses his palms against his temples.
I beg you, don't put yourself at risk unless the situation absolutely calls for it. We can't afford any more casualties.
Ronald Steele is fine, is helping me with the investigation.
The Silver jots something down.
I don't doubt for a second that Ronald is doing exactly that. Man's a true professional.
Tim Ginsberg, the Orange, deserted and is trying to escape from the base.
The director sighs angrily.
When the investigation is underway, I'm certain they'll ask me why I deployed someone like that for the task.
Louise Decker Schultz has lost her mind. I mean, yeah, pretty much. Well, is alive, we'll say.
The director makes a note in the documents.
Thank heavens. The crew remains partially functional and capable of performing the tasks at hand.
And Robert Malin has gone missing.
The Silver jots something down.
Do you know why exactly he left the group unescorted? That's in violation of the rules.
Don't have anything else.
Once your report is over, Director Kingsley becomes lost in thought.
First of all, I need to apologize. On behalf of the corporation and myself, forgive me. I shouldn't have sent a new employee on this task.
His voice sounds oddly dull. Martin wipes his glasses with a red handkerchief.
Your report seems to suggest we're facing something incredibly dangerous. I always tend to follow my instructions to the letter. In this case, the instructions say you should stay where you are and wait for rescue. but sadly, I know what we're dealing with.
Kingsley puts his glasses on and looks at the screen.
I'm sorry I couldn't give all the details. Nashville is a high-security facility. But I guess that's not important anymore. A certain relic resulted in what you are witnessing right now. In the last couple of days, we've been receiving reports of staff suffering a rapidly deteriorating mental state. And now everything's culminated in this.
The silver sighs raggedly.
Take action. Go down to the excavation area and find this relic. Bury it, disarm it, destroy it. Do whatever you think appropriate. I'll send a rescue team right after we're done here. But regardless, act. Do not hesitate, and good luck to you.
Alright, nod and leave.
The broadcast is interrupted. The screen is filled with black and white ripples.
Okay. Well, I'd like to get to the bottom of what's going on here anyway, so I guess that's what we're doing. Look around here. Guess we'll go back to these folk and talk to them, and then I'm guessing we're taking this elevator down to the excavation sites. That flower pot money.
Howdy.
Steele glances at the master key in your hands. Good. Are you ready? I took a reading. Background radiation is increasing, albeit slowly. Let's hurry this up. Okay. That. Also, do I have significant fatigue, don't I? Gonna be a problem. Take another one of these energon things. Back down to 399 there anyway. Light encumbrance. Nashville Master Key. Alright, down the excavation zone for us. Okay, alright. Leave right there. What are we doing here? Got people down here who look like they might be friendly because I'm getting a talk thing, but let's see. Go. Anything on this terminal that we haven't already seen? The system locked it. Elevator is clumsily blocked. Looks like someone was hastily trying to protect Nashville employees from whatever it is in that cave. Duct tape. And electrical equipment. Our door here. Full armored doors. Can I could use them, okay. Wasn't sure if I'd be able to just walk in here or not. RV gun cleaning kit. Cops with Guns magazine issue. Okay. That. Hard locked. Can't get into them. Requires a lockpick. A lockpick. On that. Okay. There was a power thing there. Guessing turning the power back on is gonna let whatever monster out we're gonna let out here. Thing. Need more lockpicking skills. I guess I could use that thing that I have. Briefcase locks were hastily and clumsily busted. There's no relic. Some briefcases are untouched. Looks like the robber simply didn't have enough time to finish the job. Yeah. Torpedo, electrokinetic, psi glove. And psionic weapons manual, relic dust. Take these. And then I could upgrade this. Vector, weapon range, psionic damage, crit mod. Good weapon. Sure, I guess. And then let's get rid of this other one. That down. Okay. Empty relics storage. Actually, you know what? I wonder how much was it to do this one? If I did 20, that would only give me the 50. Not enough to do. These are all 55. Yeah, because I have a magazine that would temporarily give me some points in that in criminal, right? Is there a way to... There you go. Books, leaflets, magazines. Criminal plus 20, yeah. But that's not going to be enough to overcome the 55 that I need to actually get in those boxes and things. Fortunate. But we may be able to... level up at some point. Actually, what is my character? I mean, we're close to the next level. So, all I need to do is put 5 more points into that. And then we'll be able to rock and roll with the stuff in down here. Assuming that there's anything down here that's worth time. Or worth using the magazine for it. Grade med kits. Of course, take those. Keep that medical note. Read those. Dairy? Or that's supposed to be diary. I think that's supposed to be diary, but they've spelled it dairy. So this is a log of all our dairy intake. Day 5. Several workers immediately began to complain of headaches. Carbon monoxide? A prescribed painkiller is going to keep an eye on him. Day 7. More of the same complaints. Some patients are drooling and report auditory hallucinations. Microstrokes? Lack of sleep? Further observation needed. Day 10. A couple of patients show obsessive behavior, focusing on repetitive actions, as in obsessive compulsive disorder. Encephalitis? Examinations revealed abnormal changes in the iris. Day 15. Patients are becoming more aggressive. One even attacked my nurse. Now all patients have been isolated. Antipsychotics, clozapine, prescribed to the most violent ones. Management finally decided to shorten the work shift. Day 21. Patients are gradually calming down but remain disconnected from reality. Speech is incoherent. Their condition resembles catatonia. Symptoms are now appearing in people not directly exposed to the excavation site. I intend to demand a quarantine from management. Okay. Nothing else in this place. There's a locker out here, or, well, there's a locker somewhere. Right. With some money. Keeping that locker money. those. And yeah, here's a whole excavation site down there. Feeling taking on all those guys is probably not a great idea. Let's do a save though while we're here. Waiting control panel. Alright, talk to them.
Glad to meet you.
Ronald is trying to seem calm and almost succeeds, only his eyes betray his exhaustion. Yeah, do you need help? Ask him where to search for the relic. Field looks at his handheld display. The wave pattern has evened out, meaning there are almost no natural obstacles between us and the radiation source. Go ahead and search for it. We're close. Is there anything I should know about the relic? White hesitates before replying. Nothing, save for this strange report I saw in the computer room. It was compiled by psychologists from, or physiologists from Nashville who observed the halo eye symptoms in himself. Ronald chews on his lip. Looking at you. Report's author states they found something alive in this cave. The relic communicated with him and kept talking until the medic completely lost his marble. Shadow of doubt is apparent in Steele's skeptical and crooked smile. Don't take these hallucinations at face value. That's just something for you to keep in mind. Alright, how's Louise doing? Ronald moves his flashlight over to Silver's face. Louise's unfocused gaze listlessly tries to follow the yellow light. Steele turns off his flashlight. I'm no doctor, but I think she's getting worse.
See ya.
I had to figure that much. Scientific zone power structure. Oh, there's a container up here I didn't even look at. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Not even looking at this container. Heating rod, rifle bullets, alcohol. No, I don't need any of those. Power circuit terminal. Okay. Slowly restore power down here, I guess. Here too, I didn't even look at. Take that. And is there anything else in here? Yeah. In case I do something completely out of order and then we got crap show to deal with. Terminal 3. Overturned server. Okay. Lockers have anything in them? One doesn't. Cloth and plastics. That's fine. Was there not a... Maybe that terminal? Can I activate this terminal here? I didn't realize it. There was like a 2. Unless this was already... Alright. Because this power over here was marked as Power Circuit Terminal 3. And this is Circuit Terminal 3, then there's 2 here, and I don't see anything that I can interact with for that. Maybe there isn't one for it, I don't know. Over here, we'll search the boxes.
Do you have any documents for this servo shell?
Electrical equipment, fiber optic cable, and pile of crystals. Sure. Take those. Unidentified glowing relic. Oh, I should probably scan that. I remember the anthem relic here. Oh, here it is. Power circuit terminal 1. And control panel.
Enabling lighting in the excavation zone. Warning. Damage to power system detected.
Start the emergency generator. Hey. I don't know if this is a good idea. Be putting light in there, or if it's better for me to be walking around in the dark. Not sure. Oh, there was 2 over there. Okay, 2. Where's the emergency generator? I guess it's out here, probably out in the actual place somewhere. I can't see. Okay. Well, let's see. Hopefully these guys aren't upset with me being here. Although they all have glassy eyes, so I'm guessing they're going to be potentially upset. If I don't interact with them, we might be okay. Let's leave them alone. Well, I'm taking pure damage here. Taking a lot of damage. What's my can I use this? Can that not do anything for me? Oh, if so I take damage only when I'm in darkness. Is that what's happening? Oh yeah, only when I'm in the darkness do I take damage. Well, that's gonna suck. That's gonna suck a lot. Okay, here. Know where the other generator is. Can I use this now because I hit that generator?
Lighting enabled.
Oh, there we
Have a
go.
nice day, employee.
Okay, it was just that one generator I needed to hit. We are hurting pretty bad here. My fatigue. Okay, fatigue's okay right now, but the need to heal. Big time. Alright, stay in the light. Stay in the light. save there. Was that another generator? Can I help to hit that generator? I don't think I can. If I can interact with it or not. I can't roll over it. I'm gonna say no, that I probably can't. Or probably don't need to. As the case may be. Alright, so... Nashville Relic, huh? Guess we'll scan it. I can use it. Can't scan it? No, I can't scan it. Okay. Use.
This amber orange ball, hovering above the scientific equipment connected to it, seems to be the reason for what happened in Nashville. You can feel the waves of anomalous radiation emanating from it with your whole body. A pleasant tingling rolls through your skin, and each wave fills your head for a mere moment with strange, rapidly fading images. Without taking your eyes off the sphere, you move closer.
Scan the relic?
You aim your scanner at the artifact's glowing surface, but the device will not function. Only a sine curve is quivering spasmodically on the monochrome screen. You suddenly begin to feel numb. The prickling in your hands and the anomalous radiation pressing against your head grow weaker, but a frightening sensation rises in their stead. An unknown force detaches you from your body and takes you up into the cool, ringing silence. The maelstrom hanging above Nashville embraces you. All of your consciousness unfolds like a giant canvas, hurling you into a dark auditorium. You see the maelstrom swirling over Nashville. Pulling you from the crumbling walls of the base, it lifts your mind above the world. It covers the lands of the dome like a gigantic spot, in the swirling shadow of which the lights of human consciousness flicker. Some of them fade away, barely in contact with the maelstrom. Others grow dimmer and blink painfully. Some glow with a strange, cold light. Gaining strength, the maelstrom, rushing westward, comes crashing down onto the southern lands of the dome, leaving behind hundreds of fluttering and slowly fading lights. After sweeping out Concord and Spire Station, the maelstrom finally calms down. It hangs in the very center of the dome, like a majestic, lazily swirling vortex, and your mind rushes about within it like a shining spark.
Okay.
It takes you some time to realize that you're wandering through a fog. Eventually, the dull, white nothingness begins to dissipate, slowly returning you to reality. A noise fills your ears, a rumble resembling the sound of waves rolling ashore. You step carefully through the white haze. Fragile bits of rock crackle under your feet. Vague shadows appear from the mist over your head. Breached concrete plate bristling with exposed armature. The dusty drill of an earth mover lying on its side. Yellowed documents, boxes. Crushed steel closets that tumbled down through gaps in the floor. The space beneath your feet resembles thick but perfectly transparent ice. A vortex of clouds spins slowly below, the lights still flickering. They're the same lights you saw when you first touched the sphere. The lights are actively moving, wandering, gathering. Iridescent, they form both small and large groups, and the desert far below changes, following their pattern. Settlements appear in the north, in the east, in the west, and even in the dull yellow barrens of the south. They grow right before your eyes, as if time were moving ahead at incredible speed.
Nice piece of hardware, bro.
Nice piece of hardware, bro. What in the hell?
There's no doubt. The funny, scruffy old man standing before you is Aaron Melville, the old man from the gas station. He also recognizes you. A smile wrinkles his already wrinkled face.
Ah, it's you. Long time no see, sweetheart.
Melville examines you closely.
Safe and sound, I see. How'd you pull that off? No one survived where you were heading. The only worst place is the center of the dome, where the spire... well, you know.
The old man points vaguely upwards with his crooked finger.
You're aware, aren't you? The spire is fallen. Now the road's closed. As if folks would want to come here anyway. And here we stay, like crabs in a barrel.
He thumps his timber leg on the ground, driving the mist away.
Don't think that I'm complaining. My business is on a roll. They come and they go.
Melville's face seems to petrify. He speaks slowly, but flounders anyway.
The gas station can be crowded nowadays. Everybody needs my gas station. Folks went crazy, I tell you. Fighting over nothing.
The old man woefully shakes his head.
Okay. Clara Morgan.
Clara is surrounded with white light and mist, her hands clasped in prayer. She reminds you of an angel statue from some reformist church. Seeing you, her expression changes. She crosses herself, mumbling under her breath.
Get her to calm down, you're not a ghost?
She nods timidly.
Yes, I see. This, both you and this mist, it's all in my head.
Clara never moves her gaze off you.
I remember you saying, find the car and drive away. If I knew you were sacrificing yourself, I would have stayed. If someone frees you from your oath out of generosity or humanity, does that mean the oath shouldn't be fulfilled? I still don't know the answer to it.
You see sorrow and grief in her eyes.
I only know that I'm an awful wrongdoer. I hope you're in heaven now?
Remain silent.
Clara sighs heavily.
I see. Why are you appearing to me? Is this some sort of a sign? Do you know about signs? This is when...
Her voice suddenly becomes deep and thick. She drawls as if her words were being played from a corrupted tape. Clara's face alters subtly, as if it had turned to stone.
Abbott is very kind to me, but his faith is nothing I could get used to.
She says in a dull voice.
Hey? Sure? What's going on here?
Howdy.
Orange raises his hand as if aiming an invisible gun at you. Holy shit! He looks at his empty hand with a puzzled expression. Ginsberg looks up and examines your face with a suspicious squint. Do I know you? Yes, I do. Shit. Oh shit, I should quit with this crap. Those glasses will fry up your brains right quick. He points his head with an awkward... He points at his head with an awkward laugh. Ask where you are now. Tim grins. How should I know where you are? In hell? Together with that bitch Decker and that meticulous bastard? What's his name? Steelman? Oh yes, Steel. He throws his hands in the air and fountains of mist follow them. I told you there was an exit. I made it. I found a car, and don't you dare rip on me. I did nothing wrong. I didn't have to die with you there. His face abruptly goes blank and his voice sounds dead and dull. Not everyone can escape from Nashville. That means something, doesn't it? He says, gazing at your face with glassy eyes. And here's Steele.
Glad to meet you.
Steele's face, wise, confident, and focused as ever, seems to be lit by a screen of a visible computer. Looks up at you with a smile appears on his lip. You? Wow, this is amazing. This is amusing. I was certain you were dead. He walks up and touches you with his palm, but you feel nothing. Ronald looks disappointed. His uncertain gestures suggest he feels nothing, just like you. What was I hoping for, anyway? Steele looks you in the eye. Do you know how unreal it was to survive and keep my sanity with all the psychic stress Maelstrom was generating? A lot of people lost their minds. That was what we saw here. And what happened after at Ankara on the west side of the dome? He looks you in the eye. You know, I'm locked inside my head right now. From my perspective, it looks like the computer room where Louise locked me in. How ironic. Okay.
A dazzling supernova-like flash sweeps across your view. The lights, frozen in the desert, start to move, and a cloudy funnel begins to slowly trail after them. The funnel spreads out under your feet. Flickering waves of lights drift northward, driven by the winds of a maelstrom. Not just a maelstrom. Maelstrom. Its shadow covers the west and south of the dome, as if it was extinguishing the lights scattered across the desert.
Okay.
Van Olden looks the same as he did during your first meeting. The same shiny glasses with thin rims, an arrogant expression, and a stopwatch clutched in his hands. He's examining a shred of mist hanging in the air. He's so involved in his research that he doesn't notice you at first. Meeting your eyes, the scientist instantly darts back. Then he comes up to you and begins to palpate your face, hands, and clothes. His fingers seem to sink in your face. Sebastian Van Olden screws up his lips scornfully.
Yes, of course. A thought form, like the pink mist, I suppose, or any other similar anomaly. As was to be expected.
Tell him Concord's electrical anomalies aren't the threat new employees should be prepared for.
For a split second, the scornful grimace leaves the scientist's face.
I actually agree with you. The megala anomaly of Nashville turned out to be much more dangerous, and the consequences of its appearance disastrous. On the other hand, everything that happened gives us the most plentiful research material. If Russo didn't hamper me, we would have learnt Maelstrom's nature a long time ago.
He runs his hand over the mist, curling around. The scientist loses all interest in you, steps aside, and continues to study the mist.
Okay.
A gray-haired man, arms stiff at his sides, stands squinting short-sightedly into the mist. Kingsley is much shorter in person, and older. He notices you.
I never thought we'd meet again. I must thank you. Thanks to your report, I was able to start the evacuation in time.
Martin comes closer. You notice small changes in his uniform. Some of the insignia have been replaced by larger patches resembling military chevrons. Kingsley nods as if anticipating your question.
Yes, the uniform is new, but the man is the same. Head of Magellan Base. I intended to resign after the incident, but Nakamura decided otherwise. I couldn't argue with her.
He surveys the thick mist around you.
One thing's certain. You're standing here. That means you're alive. Yes, I know what this is, partly.
He looks you in the eye and says,
Scientists on the emulator project have been telling us a lot about it. Not everything, of course. Even they don't know what it is.
Okay. This feels oddly disconnected from everything else that just happened up to this point.
You smell quartz and sand tempered in the sun. But as you try to penetrate the dispersing mist, you can't see any desert. The world around you is full of pictures. They're floating around like visions in some crystal ball. A hall covered with carpets. A golden Cronus logo on the wall among wine-red banners. A power plant. A city filled with lights. Mercenaries, soldiers, armored vehicles moving through the cool wasteland in the night. The spire of a temple spire, its searchlight shining into the night sky. White corridors of research complexes. The visions fade one after another until only the last remains. The black silhouette of a strange building towering up from the lighter sand. This picture freezes before your eyes, as if giving sense to everything that came before.
Okay. I don't know what they're getting at here.
The fuzzy mist, as if whisked with a mixer, looks like slowly dissolving clouds. A short, chubby little man in a camouflage cap and army shirt steps fussily out of the white. He clasps his hands behind his back and stops a few steps away, scanning you with his gaze. Vivid interest flashes in his eyes. He clears his throat.
I'm out of jokes about death. Or about Mr. Christ. I'm out of jokes about hallucinations. Although hallucinations under the dome aren't any joke, but an everyday reality.
The man circles you. His glance bounces from your face to your uniform to your shoes and back.
But you are something else. So, let's see. A pre-war haircut, all-time uniform, clean and pressed. Shoes aren't worn out, just got them.
He recites with enthusiasm. He frees his plump palm and carefully touches you with one finger.
You are ethereal, but light-tight. You respond to my movements. You are not using an image that's familiar to me. You don't look like anyone I know. And your badge says...
He raises himself on tiptoes and fixes his eyes upon your badge.
The name. Of course. Of course. The name.
He flings his arms about and leaves without even saying goodbye. The mist seems to slam shut behind his back, like a pair of wing doors closing.
Okay. This isn't... I mean, I think they're getting at that we've been pulled out of time, but I mean... This is a hell of a lot of exposition very early on in the game.
The fluctuant white slowly settles. A man and a woman stand before you. The woman rolls her eyes discontentedly.
Are you serious? Tuesday, I tell you. Wednesday, I tell you. Thursday. How come I always repeat the same thing? I can't sleep without my pills. You're the man. You're responsible for me. The nightstand. The top drawer. There they are. Oh, my pills. Just say pills before we go to sleep. Is that so difficult, Johan?
She pushes him lightly on the shoulder. The man nods automatically, lost in thought. The woman clasps her hands in front of her chest. She's boiling with frustration.
I can't depend on you, can I? I haven't been able to relax in years because I have to control the situation for both of us. Johan! Hello! My pills! P-I-L-L-S!
Her shouts break through the man's pondering. He comes to his senses and stares at you in surprise. Then he turns to face his companion.
Olivia, don't shout. Make a habit of putting your pills on your pillow. Anyway, this isn't about the pills.
Olivia falters and points her finger at you.
And what is this? Or who is this? Mind telling me, without the never-ending riddles, Johann. Just tell me.
Johann gives you an appraising look.
Is it Maelstrom? Hobbit trying out a new device? I don't know, darling. Now, be so kind to take these goddamn pills since you remembered. And if you must yell, do it quietly. I have a migraine.
The woman flings her arms up fiercely and walks away into the mist. Johann lets her go ahead, then follows.
Okay. Gloria?
An unfamiliar woman steps out of the mist and looks at you with the wandering eyes of a mad person. She's wearing a tall, crudely made tin crown painted with gold powder enamel.
Yeah, wearing a tinfoil hat.
She smiles, although on her, this expression is more like an evil grin. She begins to prowl around you in a circle, wary eyes locked on your face. While circling around you, she steps into the mist and stops in place, a vague, distant silhouette.
All right. Ball?
The mist fades away. You see a short, dark-skinned man with a grim face. He's wearing a brightly colored turban. You take a step towards him, and he strides forward as if to block your way.
The ends justify the means, don't they? Have your scientists nothing better to do, Kimiko?
He asks, looking upward. The stranger raises his hand, forcing you to stop. He looks up again.
We have to be like the Soviet Union and Germany in the late 1930s. Mutual favors, mutual limits, parity. We've always worked on such terms.
As he finishes speaking, his lips stop. The man in the turban keeps standing there, a lean figure looking angrily upward.
Okay. Very, very random. Miko Nakamura.
You hear heels clicking. A dark figure appears out of the mist before you. It's a woman. You've never met her, but you feel as though you've seen her face 1,000 times. You even know the sound of her voice, although you have no idea where you could have heard it. She looks at you with surprise. Then she frowns pensively and steps closer. She stands so close you can see multicolored reflections in her bionic eye. After poking you to confirm your ethereal nature, she waves her hand left to right. Obviously, she's hoping to disperse you like mist. Naturally, she fails. The woman chuckles discontentedly and leaves. The clicking of her heels fades quickly away.
Sure, alright. Habits?
A wizened old man, long and lean as a scarecrow, leans over to examine you with the curiosity of a vulture. His long, yellow-white robes fall down in waves and rustle quietly. His stony black eyes resemble those of a blind man, but their gaze is fixed on you.
Such remarkable technology,
He says in a low, well-modulated voice. This voice seems to belong to some other person. He smiles, a warm and kindly expression, wildly at odds with the menace in his eyes.
Name your price, and I'll buy your design. But be reasonable. Take time with your answer. Think it through.
With the smile still fixed on his face, he steps back into the mist, never taking his eyes off you.
Okay. I don't know what to think about this. This is like just some random stuff that is completely disconnected from everything else that has happened to this point. Oh, it's broken into shards now? So what would have happened if I had stabilized it? Would it have gone through the same process? Okay, let me try something. Let me save this. Because I gotta try it. I mean, like, I didn't think that one action was going to kick off that like 20-minute exposition thing there. That was nonsense for the most part. Alright, so if I come over here and I use this and I say
orange ball.
Use the connected
Hovering
equipment to
above
stabilize the relic
scientific
state.
You bend toward the equipment. It's possible the slight electric current being emitted somehow stimulates the artifact's activity, so you decrease the voltage. The cooling system is working 1/2 throttle, so you bring it up to 85%. These measures should reduce the anomalous radiation intensity. At least, that's what you're hoping for. You suddenly begin to feel numb.
Okay, it just kicks off this whole thing then?
All of your gaining.
Okay, well at least I did that. Let's, I will...
It takes you some time to
Let me get through all of that. Two. Alright, so I guess talk to all these guys again. Go through all the dialogue. Oh, doing that. Keep hitting one too many times.
Oh, good day. Clara recoils from you in horror.
I was having lunch.
Clara, you see sorrow and grief. Clara, her voice.
Habit is very...
Alright.
There's no doubt. The funny Melville, the old man. He thumps Melville, the old man. A dazzling soup flickering. Van Olde is meeting her. His fingers seem to sink in your... For a split.
On the other hand,
the side.
Okay.
A gray Kingsley's been Martin. You notice Kingsley. He's serving. He looks you. You smell quartz. A hall. The vision. The fuzzy. He vivid demands. He free. He raises. He fling. The fluck. The woman. The man. The woman. Hirsch. Olivia. Johan. The woman. And she while sir. The mist. You.
All this is exactly the same.
A wizened is. He's with. You hear it's she now.
Yeah, I might have picked the different outcome for Clara and all that stuff, but I don't think it's going to matter. Okay, so we're back here again. So, is there anything here to interact with? No. There is nothing left to interact with here. We're not taking random damage anyway. So that's good. Things buried in under rubble, though. Back up that way. There's got to be another way out of here, right? Another exit to the cave, perhaps? Probably not that way. I don't know where else to go here. Here, maybe? Yeah, I can get up there. Oh, is there... No. But maybe there was a hole there. Oh, here we go. Transition. Passage in the rock. Cannot use while service shell is equipped. They really don't want me to take this out with me, do they? I'm going to be super over encumbered, too. Alright, well. What happens here? 5 regeneration.
By the time you exit the cave, the desert is in deep darkness. Blue firefly lights are floating in the thick darkness. The dry, chilly air smells of cooling sand. When you look closer, you notice a tall, white structure nearby. The screen on your Kairos blinks. The system reports an error while trying to update the built-in atlas. When the maps reload, the icons are gone. Only a single marker indicating your location remains. Well, you're still near Nashville, at least judging by the coordinates.
Okay. Transit zone. Exit to the dome. Jupiter moon car. White Wing employee over there too.
Prohibited.
You lean closer to the radio embedded in the car's console. The emergency message is now coming through louder, but not any clearer. However, you could try to adjust the frequency. Rotate the knob. Now coming through loud and clear. Radio chitters. Attention, this is not a drill. In the area affected by the Maelstrom Megala anomaly, scenario 6C is currently taking place. Remaining in the yellow sector is prohibited. Employees currently deployed to the danger zone must leave the area immediately, following standard evacuation protocol. The announcer's voice is briefly replaced with static, then resumes. All new committee citizens are encouraged to seek asylum. The city is far enough from the yellow sector to be considered safe under current conditions. Distant wailing of emergency sirens can be heard through the speakers. The announcer keeps talking. Don't panic. Our scientists and security specialists are closely monitoring the Maelstrom phenomenon. Any registered movement of Psi front will be closely monitored. We urge you not to spread false rumors about victims among the population. Maintain confidence in our new committee authorities. The problem will be solved as soon as is feasible. Attention, is not a drill. Message begins again. There are people walking around up here who are not friendly by the looks of it. Letter on Project Emulator Stationary. Brains. That can cause addiction. What's the letter here? On the emulator project, sorry to bother you with this matter, but there's no one else I can ask. In a couple of hours, Nakamura will announce a General's 6D class alert. The city will be closed and all field work halted indefinitely, though the control posts are still a mess. It's critically important for us to obtain data on the dynamics of the Psyche field structure near Maelstrom, and ideally inside of it too. I won't ask for the impossible. A reminder, please be careful. I have no other employee as experienced, and none I can call a friend either. Henrietta. Yeah, well, she was not careful. Not careful at all. Beer bottle, tin can, big crafting. Cloth. Okay. Guessing I'm probably going to want to sneak around a bit here. Where is my... Sneak around again. I feel like I've definitely forgotten how to do things. Oh, it's over here. Activate stealth. Like, I know there was a stealth thing at some point here. All the papers. One walking around there. Back of document. In this glass door. What is this? Facility observation deck. We can walk around. Nine. Oh. Apartment's lockpicking 29. Elevator's out of order. Binoculars facing west. Stop near the binocular. The half-erased inscription on the orange case reads Western Sector. Look into the binocular. The only highway leads west. The hot air rises from the white, shimmering salt marshes, distorting the image. Light stripes barely visible against the background of white sand precisely delineate the contours of an object, something too rectangular to be part of the landscape. D12 Nashville object has to be somewhere there, or rather what's left of it. Salt marshes. Snow is not uncommon to the desert. Polar latitudes and high plateaus have no shortage of frozen water, but the sparkling white spots you see to the west are not snow. Salt marshes cover a significant portion of the sector, instantly disappearing behind the barely visible border shining in the air above. Perhaps there was once an island salt lake there. Maybe the result of some large-scale forefathers' experiment is unknown. Zoom in on the mysterious stripe. At first it seems you're looking at a reflection of the salt marsh hanging in the hot air, but the object seems too accurate to be a mirage, too massive and cut out. It's difficult to say what it is. Objects in the west of the dome haven't been thoroughly studied, and plans to explore them have been postponed to the far future. People ever get there? Locate Nashville base. Recalling the route to C-12 Nashville, you point the binocular at its ruins. You can't see much from this vantage, but you're able to make out the neighborhood and even the parking lot. Now examine the parking lot. Fragments of concrete and rock cover the parking spaces. Turrets, security booths, disabled, and abandoned trucks all are crumpled, torn to shreds, scattered on the asphalt, which is beginning to grow over. Look at the surrounding area. There are abandoned cars and minivans outside of the parking and cargo area. Along the road leading to Nashville base looks like Curiosity brought a lot of people there after the incident and destroyed them. Okay. Move away. Also, we have leveled up. Probably Do the doobie doo. More criminal stuff here. We'll do some influence. More survival. Let's get up to 60. Influence up a little bit. Medicine. Points in that. Combat. Options. High-tech weapons. Get up there. Save that. Cool. And we're only slightly encumbered. That's good. Binoculars facing north. Looking to the binocular. The observation platform is located in the northern sector. Its borders as well as closer objects are clearly visible through the binocular. Judging from the complex road junction nearby, there was once a major settlement there. Behind the ruins, a smooth, long arc rises from the sand. It doesn't look like the creation of human hand. Focus on the arc. At first you think it looks like a small mountain range. The regular squat dune emerges from the sand and stretches along the horizon, sometimes hiding behind cliffs and hills. But after refocusing with binoculars, you can see the structure on the surface. Fragments repeating in a strange but perceptible pattern are either an object or construction detail. Road junction. A couple of years ago, you would have seen scurrying workers, asphalt pavers, and road rollers. The junction would have been part of the newly developed infrastructure of the northern sector. Now the spire has collapsed and distributes no cargo. No one needs a modern city with a cargo terminal, storage facilities, and wide roads in these parts anymore. Look at the dome. Somewhere in the sands of the northern sector, far beyond the arc overlooking the dunes, you can see the border of the dome. Its glimmering is barely visible behind the shimmering of the warm air, but you know for certain it is there, and it will never let you out. Alright, east. Binocular points east. East abounds in signs of civilization. You can see almost intact roads, rare trade caravans, and buildings piled into settlement. Closer to the north of the sector is a complex of large squat buildings surrounded by a slum belt. If memory serves, the Magellan bunker is hidden there somewhere underground. Look closer at the Magellan base. Of course, it would be great if you could see the underground bunker from the observation platform, but alas, the modern binocular doesn't yet have that capability. You have to rely on imagination, visual memory, and old maps. However, you do manage to get a glimpse of a small parking lot surrounded by a concrete fence. At the far end of the site, you can see the stocky building with airtight doors. This must be Magellan. Look closer at the complex. This is definitely a city. The buildings look strictly functional and are crowded close together. Any kind of aesthetic has been sacrificed for durability, although the dome has its own standard. Take a close look at the slums. The barracks and huts zone on the outskirts of the city looks quite typical. The crudely fashioned construction materials, smoke from open fires, some rags flailing in the wind. All this is separated from the central settlement by a high wall and a sturdy gate. Okay. What else up here? Here's out where, oh, there's an old box up there. Okay. South-facing binocular. There's a box over there too. This binocular mounted on a rigid tripod is pointing south to the central sector of the dome. Hot in the south, and almost everything is drenched in sunlight. The red sands are covered with white spots. The binocular's lens flashed with merry flecks of light. Only after you focus do you understand there's nothing merry about the view. There are bright pieces of the spire everywhere on the dunes where it fell during the incident. On the borders of the dunes you see squat buildings. Looks like roadside picnic cafe is still intact. Almost directly behind it rises the dark, funnel-shaped silhouette of Maelstrom, and through it, you can faintly see the ruins of Concord Station. Locate the cafe. Amazingly, the roadside picnic seems to have prospered since the incident. You see new buildings, a cleared road, movement, and lights in the windows. The place is at the very edge of Maelstrom's zone of influence, but neither the residents nor the guests seemed to be concerned. Down the ruins of the spire. When Maelstrom got unleashed, the spire broke down. The Cyclopean structure collapsed, partly sliding down the dome to its foot, partly falling inward. Large pieces of the structure littered the sand dunes for miles around. More closely conquered. The dark, ominous mass of Maelstrom cloaks the field of view in this direction, but you can occasionally see structures through a rare gap. It's all that's left of Concord Station, partially demolished by the same Maelstrom, partially destroyed by the fallen debris of the spire. Point the lenses at Maelstrom. Refocus the binocular to capture Maelstrom in the frame. The sight is overwhelming. Slowly, even lazily, it spins, chains of greenish lightning periodically flashing across the surface. What can a man do against such power? Search this box. Oh, I didn't have enough stuff for that earlier, did I? I might now, though. Ability rank 36 out of 40. I can use my thing on it. This one's locked as well, right? That's 36 out of 50. Alright, let's use our magazine here. Probably not worth it, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do it anyway. Criminal plus 20. Read. That's just the annotation. Okay. Human. Go. Right. Pick that lock. Heavy weapons. Yeah, I don't want a heavy weapon. I guess I can, I might be able to break it down now. Let me try something here. Can I strip this? Yeah. Because I only have high-tech weapons as my thing, so I'm not even going to try heavy weapons or anything else. Unless I absolutely have to. Effective mask. Okay. Electrical equipment. Alright, so that was probably worth it. Equip that. Oh. $70 out of 64 weight though, but good here. Now the problem's gonna be he's over here, I think. Let me save before I go and engage them. I assume I'm gonna have to do. Actually, let's let them come to me. I have here. All our stats are okay right now. Container there. That stuff. Oh. Just 8 minutes.
Someone from the outside did it. Some outsider.
Oh. Look here. Good not to run away. Let me get it here. Use up all my AP, right? Action points. Okay. Came into range. Oh, and a crit. There we go. Mouse. Reload before they trigger. Go. Ooh, frozen to the ground. That's not good. Okay. Quite a few people over here. Soda and that. Green's plus 2. Is that actually neutral? Oh yeah, I was gonna say it does have addiction with it, right? Green's plus 2. Stuff. Yeah. Load again. And save as well. Someone else walks out of the shadows here. The woman. And Sept. And light weapons. Take that. Keep his cigarette. Lighting system. What's under here? Little resting area. Broken drink vending machine. Take these. Can I can't. I guess it wouldn't be worth scanning it. Their broken machine over here. The money. I don't know if they still accept money, but we'll see what happens. And we got bags to rest on. We don't need those right now. Up that trash bin. That. Very good. Good, nothing over here. Alrighty then. Roll on down here. I assume there's not much here. Looks like a relic case though. Aha! Strange brief. Lock. Not anymore, is it? Relic dust. No. Was something. Scan it. Sake of scanning it, I guess. Plastics. Okay. Like there's nothing else, nothing much else around here. Come back down. Bottom here. I wonder if we can. I assume we could just drive off in this car. Since the radio was still working, but I don't know. Although it is smoking, so it might not be a good bet. Car has crashed. A long black skid mark, trail of spilled oil. Oh, okay, so it is definitely dead. Is definitely. I guess we're walking on foot. I think that's everything here. Alright, well, there's the Nashville facility. Neutral zone picnic. Town slums. I guess we head towards this area since we're close by. 3 hours. Try that.
You wander through the desert and suddenly fall, fainting for a moment. A quiet hum, like that of a huge bell, fills your head. The space around you is again hidden behind waves of fog. But now it's different. This even white haze conceals everything unnecessary, highlighting the important. In the northeast, a flickering column of blue light can be seen beating straight up through the clouds, like the beam of a huge lighthouse directed into the sky. Without taking your eyes off the beam, you struggle to get up. Each step requires great effort and your head is splitting. These are not the effects of sunstroke, and what you're seeing is no mirage. This is something else. Something is happening inside your head.
Use your medical knowledge to stabilize your condition? I don't know if I have enough medical knowledge to do that, but try.
You search through the pockets of your uniform and find several pills. Some to treat high blood pressure, and a few painkillers. You put the pills in your mouth, and after a while, you feel better. The headache and hum soon pass. All that remains is a slowly dissipating fog and the blue glow fading away in the distance. You've seen this fading glow before, but from a different angle. The explosion that flashed through the clouds pushed apart by Maelstrom. This strange beam of light is what remains. It must mean something. Maybe there to the northeast is where your path now lies.
Oh, or they tell me I guess they're telling me, you don't really want to go here. You really want to go north and east. Here. But I guess I will continue this way. Let's do might be a bad idea. Let's keep traveling. You spy a tall butte rising all along the sand. The stone pencil in the middle of an otherwise featureless barrens looks rather out of place. Approach and take a closer look. Can't say for sure whether the rock surface is man-made, but it's too smooth to be natural. A treacherously narrow path spiraling around the outside confirms that this outcrop has been worked somehow. The path goes almost to the top. Straining your eyes upward, you spot a flat hut near the summit. There appears to be a landing up. Science 45. To you, it suggests a place of worship dedicated to the sun. Maybe you should wait until morning. The first beams of dawn reveal a barely visible symbol upon the cliff face. Your supposition proved correct. Go ahead. It's an uncomfortable trek up the rock face. Not only is the path rather narrow, it shrinks even further here and there, almost to the point of vanishing altogether. You have to tread very carefully and mind your balance at every step. Eventually, you arrive at an unsettlingly wide gap in the path. You have to make a decision. Jump? Or... Can't do anything with deafness. Get the rest, just get to the other side somehow. That's 4, jump! Here's a training payoff. You coil yourself up like a spring and woo! Just a few brief infinities in the open air, and you land safely on the other side. From that point on, your luck holds. The rock beneath your feet is wide and stable enough to comfortably continue. Summit is close now, just a few more steps. You're standing on a flat, sand-dusted landing. You have a splendid view of the barrens from here. The dawn light also reveals a semicircle carved into the stone wall, limiting the landing on one side, the horizontal line underneath. The meaning of this image is a mystery. If it represents the sun topping the horizon, Would your sun-worshipping hypothesis be correct, or does it possibly represent the dome? That only raises even more questions. Riddles upon riddles. Take a closer look at the picture and touch the wall beneath it. Your instincts and keen eyes deliver once again. Tracing the horizontal line, your fingertips detect a slightly raised square of stone. You push down on it, and a small section of wall recedes into the surface. A small, heavy object falls from the cavity into your hand. Okay. Okay, and the cliff, I guess. I got what I was supposed to get out of that. What did I even get out of that? I don't think it told me. Relic from the cliff stash. Object reminds you of a small protractor. It's made of a beige metallic substance and glitters like gold. The texture is soft, warm, and elastic. It glows dimly when it comes in contact with blood. So it has modifiers on it, but I don't know what they are. Other than precision is more than what I've got. I guess I can scan it, right? Well, its relic is called Dawn. Muscle +3 while affected by any damage over time status. Third class relic, presumed function, diagnostic tool, cutlery, or cult object. The relic reacts to the discomfort of a subject from prolonged negative stimulation, significantly increasing their physical strength. Okay. Alright, well, we'll hold on to that one, because this one here is giving me an additional action point. Although it's taking some of my precision away, but that so far hasn't hurt too much. Okay. We'll continue traveling. The neutral zone, enter location. This should be the gas station, right? We saw before. So, examine the turret. Yeah, it definitely is. Although he's got far more turrets in here now. Trash bin, as we do. Nothing. Actually, this might now be our base now, because I remember there was like a, yeah, there's a personal box here, so this might work out for us. Audrey Melville, let me quick save before I do this, just in case.
A girl in blue wing uniform is standing on the gas station's porch, leaning on a handrail, cradling a metal mug of some hot drink. She waves to you.
Hey, can I help you? I haven't seen you here before.
The blue readily offers her hand.
By the way, I'm Audrey Melville, and this is the Picnic Neutral Zone. We don't get involved in politics, we don't participate in conflicts, and we welcome any who respect our rules.
Ask what are the rules?
Audrey seems puzzled by this question.
This is the neutral zone. We don't participate in political games, and we don't approve of violence and banditry. If someone asks us for asylum, we'll protect them as long as they're in our territory. We also forbid gambling and prostitution. It's a tax-free zone for all trade operations, and all donations for the zone's general needs are voluntary. There are no other rules.
The girl wraps her hands around the mug again and glances over at you.
Ask who she is to old Melville.
She grins.
His granddaughter. Although sometimes I seem to be a sitter, a nanny, and an accountant. And a builder, and a cook, and just about anything, really.
Good. Jack of all trades.
Audrey gestures broadly around the gas station.
I spend my days here, fixing stuff up, selling CPS, gas, batteries. I also cook for everyone. And you know, we get quite a crowd around here sometimes. Everyone gets everything they need. So what do you need?
Ask if there's any way I can help out, Picnic.
Audrey wrinkles her forehead.
Yes, there is something. There's a problem with cockroaches in the nearby swamp. Specifically, that there's too many of them. Can you deal with that? I'll show you the coordinates.
She pulls out her Kairos.
Let me guess. They're probably as tall as buildings, right? Cockroaches? Sure, I'll agree.
Audrey puts the mug on the table.
Then go. Picnic will be grateful to you.
Ask if there's anything interesting nearby.
She points somewhere on the other side of the wall.
Well, there's the swamp. Why, what'd you expect? That's about all we got here in the way of sights. But truth be told, the swamp's actually very interesting. I think there's someone living back there or something.
She lowers her voice for some reason.
Oh. So, not only am I going to take on the cockroaches, I'm going to take on the cockroach king, probably. Alright. I don't need anything. Go inside. What I do need is, if this is my personal stash, that would be fantastic, because I could offload some things. Here. Table lamp. First these boxes. Take that. Plenty of stuff. That's my personal box. I will put stuff in there soon. We just have a look around. Take a grade med kit. I'll take those bandages. Tools and appliances. Found. How about Bella? What do you have to say for yourself?
Howdy.
A lean middle-aged woman wearing a stained white wing jumpsuit raises her heavy stare at you. Her neck and collar are covered with faintly glittering ichor oozing scales. Her badge reads Bella Raptor. Okay. Hello, you must want to trade your employee motivation program data? Bella says in a croaky voice. She scratched her neck, staring at you balefully. Oh, I can use my points to trade. Ask about the scales on her neck. Raptors makes a disgruntled face. It's a sucky story, and I don't like talking about it, but alright, I'm the type of person who likes sneaking into all kinds of places. It was a bit south of the wall, I think. I saw a truck covered with these scales and a whole box of canned food inside. I thought God himself had given me a kiss on the cheek. She laughs, though her laughter sounds more like a miner coughing up bits of lung. Gives you the same baleful stare again. Damn, Stu. A week later, this shit appeared. Yeah, I know it was stupid, but I keep a research journal now. It may be of use to someone one day. Or maybe not. When I'm gone, White Wing will take my body for research. At least this way I'll get to Magellan. Bella laughs again and scratches her wart. Okay. I'm at Forefathers Point. Raptor stares at her handheld screen. Let's take a look at what I can offer you for Forefathers Point. A medical kit for 2 points. I have 42. Agilone, Arad 3, Rad Force chemical reagent. Great for Cronus points. Medical kit. I have 10 Cronus points. Okay.
Have a good one.
The random stuff. There's a safe here that I'm not allowed to unlock. I wonder if there's anything down in the basement. I've been down there. Ooh, take that ammo. Oh, it's locked. Okay. That makes sense. Let's go over here and let's put some stuff away. I guess I could. Oh, those are equipped, right? Anything with a check mark that is equipped. I don't want to do that. Let me, carry weight plus 5. Carry weight plus 5. And that would, but I don't need to put one away. Know that I need to carry beer around, but I have it. My lucky cookie. Report on stolen relic. It's in the quest. I know. Put it away just in case. Well, they'll tell me if it's a quest, right? It's not. Good. Make sure I don't give any quest. I don't put any quest in. Fixer. Gel containing smart nanoparticles. Penetrate structural damage, restore integrity of complex machines. Okay. Fiber optic cable. Third letter from Cronus. I guess I don't really need in my inventory. No activity acted. I think this is part of a relic. So I'll put that away in here. So I'm not carrying it around with me constantly. Scissors. Well, lots of crafting stuff. I don't want to necessarily put the crafting stuff away. Ham, the salmon, fish snacks. Remember that now. Blue. Hacking software. Running Dunes beer. We have a shovel, which is useful to keep around. Wrenches, which may or may not be useful to keep around. So I am still carrying fuel around with me for flamethrowers. I'm not really gonna. Maybe I will keep the flamethrower for now, especially if we're going to go up against cockroaches and stuff. They might not like fire too much. Although my gun does fire damage, heat damage, and burning and stuff. I don't know that I really need this flamethrower. You know what? Let's put this away, along with all the fuel. If I need it again, I know where to come grab it. And I guess, don't. Perception +2, charisma +1. Those. Cigarette. Don't need anything else here, though. What am I using the high capacity cell for? Heavy machinery. I guess I'm going to need those. I guess I should keep those. Crafting stuff. Well, I think in the harpoon, let's just put the harpoons away because I haven't used them yet. And I'm probably not going to. Muscle +3. I probably don't need the muscle +3 either. That away. And they were probably good there. Oh, third letter from Cronus. That okay. Didn't have like the first or second letter, I guess. Power cell. Wait here. That's about it. I guess that's about it. All right. There's some of that out. How are we doing? Still encumbered. By how much? Oh, we're right on the edge of our thing here. Well, I guess I could put this relic away. How heavy is this? 0.2 kilograms, so not really that heavy. These boots don't have whip. Are these any good? Your workers. No, I definitely have those equipped. They weren't showing up as equipped though, were they? Oh yeah, they are. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, that's about the half of it. Guess I can put that leaflet away. Okay. Well, we're still slightly encumbered, but not going to worry too much about it. Do we have anything over here now that we can do? Cardboard box here. Toolbox. Oh, there's people outside. Metal box. DPS, compact power source. Using main devices requiring a moderately powerful source of energy that does not take up half the room. Okay. Some dirt. More construction things. Servo shell storage station. Okay. If we could have brought the servo shell with us, we'd have that. Go see over here what they're doing. Verdict generator. Galena.
Greetings.
Broad-shouldered, dwarfish woman is carefully studying a semi-transparent plastic flask. Her faded old badge reads Galena Baskanova, engineer. She blows a forelock off her face and slaps your hand with her dirty palm. What are you prowling around for, huh? Did you come here to bother me? I have business and I don't need any small talk. Oh, that's what her business is. Thing is, we had fresh water here, but it was long gone. Now this gizmo only pumps water, though the water's bad, poisoned, undrinkable. I thought it was the filter, but nope. Found a new one. Can you imagine? Installed it right away, and it got gummed up with some nasty goo, like snot goo. Selena frowns and squeamishly shakes her head. In the same bold way, she grabs your shoulder and turns you toward the gas station. Look, the well's over there, but it's buried. You need a shovel to dig it out. If you go a little further beyond the gas station, you'll see a sewer entrance. I've looked over the schematics. The sewer and the pump here seem to be connected to the well, but I'm not sure. I mean, we're all fighting for a common cause, so don't try and weasel out of this. Go find out what's going on with the water, and I'm going to clear out the pump full of goo. What do you say, huh? Woman blows the hair off her face again, rests her hands on her hips, and awaits your answer. Sure, I'll deal with it. Ready. Look at you. All business. What's the holdup? Go already. The problem won't solve itself, Blue says vehemently.
Have a good one.
Okay. Cleaning rod. Cleaning gun barrels. Don't really need that. Outless stone. Can't use it now. Requires muscle. Can't I use my my shovel? No. Oh, it's on here. Shovel required. Oh, did I unequip it? No. That won't let me. Saying shovel required. Do I have to equip somewhere? I think so. Interesting. So where is the... I mean, I assume that was the well she was talking about right there, where the... Looks like it would be one. Salmon. Stones. I can't. So is it that I can't use it because I don't have enough? Keep saying shovel required. You want me to do to prove it? Oh, maybe I have to do this. No, that's not working either. Guessing because it needs muscle. What do I have? I have something. I have a magazine for that, right? No, I don't. I had something that like improve muscle. No. Big no. Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't think I have the... It'll do that, but what's weird is there'll be a way for me to do it, right? Unless it's just plain old not possible. Alright. Well, we have this whole diner still to explore and everything. But I'm gonna have to stop here for the moment, my friends. Stop right there and let's save. There we go. All right, my friends. That will do it for this tonight. I'll be back tomorrow night with some more. For those who will be watching the recordings on the YouTubes when they eventually go up, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. For those on stream, thanks for hanging out and keeping me company and all of those things. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow night, same bad time, same bat channel, for some more Encased. And then Thursday and Friday, we'll be starting our run through of the Ascent. And Saturday, it's a little bit of a toss-up. I might do an MMO, since it is like MMO weekend usually that I do. Or I'm tempted to maybe start playing through some what is the name of that now? Deathloop. I'm not sure because I don't want to start a playthrough of Deathloop on the weekend because I'm trying to keep that free for when New World comes out, because I know I'm going to be in New World quite a bit, so pretty much every weekend. But at the same time, you know, I do want to start playing that at some point, so I don't know. I might end up just doing like some Star Trek Online or something. We'll see. But Sundays are now going to be Star Citizen Sundays for a little while, so I'll be back in Star Citizen on Sunday. And that is the schedule as I know it right now, my friends. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope everyone has an excellent morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what it is for you. And I hope to see you back here again in the future for some more stuff, whatever happens to suit your fancy. Until then, see you, bye.